Hello, everyone. Let me have a quick talk here about something in regard to October 22nd. So, both Russia and North Korea are reacting to Trump by having ballistic missiles shot. So, when it comes to Russia and Putin, it was because of a cancelled meeting. When it comes to North Korea, it is because of the fact that Trump is traveling to South Korea, in regards to this meeting in South Korea. And so both of these happening at the same time. Meanwhile, on October 22nd, the Vatican released an article about nuclear weapons, that they are warning against it and that the world should stop with it. And at the very same time, King Charles lands in Rome to meet Pope in Vatican. And he lands in Rome on October 22nd. He probably has this initial meeting with the Pope on October 22nd. And October 23rd, he has this historic prayer together with the Pope. So, let me tie this together now in another way. We're going to look at the whole picture here. So if you look from left to right, you can see that, okay, there is a Prince Andrew scandal, putting pressure on the reputation of the British crown. And so in this mist of sin, King Charles travels to the Pope on October 22nd. But what happened? How is Prince Andrew described? Well, in the interview of Prince Andrew some time ago in relation to these events, it was described as nuclear explosion bad. You can see this in the Wikipedia article. So I repeat, all of this news that you're seeing here, except for the Wikipedia article, is October 22nd. So, yeah. So, Russia made many different tests of nuclear weapons on October 22nd as a reaction to the fact that the cancelled meeting, the discussion of Tomahawk missiles with Ukraine, the fact that, and meanwhile, so all of this is connecting, and I also want you to think about only this that you see here. So the fact that there is a connection here between the King Charles KC. KC is King Charles is traveling to Rome in relation to this, what is considered a nuclear explosion bad, and that very same day as King Charles goes and meets Papa, right, father, so the Vatican at the same time releases this article about nuclear weapons, right? Which is noteworthy. It as you can see, it is the same theme. So this is October 22nd in the Vatican news, almost as if this whole the whole theme here of what's going on is rubbing off onto the Vatican. Okay, it's almost like when King Charles traveled to Rome and Vatican on October 22nd, oh, it seems to correlate with the fact that the Vatican is releasing an article about this. It's almost like, okay, King Charles, KC, yeah, I'm also KC, right? So KC is going to Vatican, and he brings memetics with him. We're all like that, right? We are all um, defined by patterns that envelop us. Envelop, like we are surrounded by patterns. And so Casey, and also me, right? I'm also Casey. And I'm talking about nuclear, right? So, and my birthday was October 22nd, right? So I went to, or not me, Casey, King Charles, went with his Prince Andrew thoughts. You have to think, why is he there? Why is he in the Vatican? Is it because he feels surrounded by Christ and he needs to talk? Or is it because he's surrounded by sin? Why is what is it? What what is it? You see? Maybe he feels one way or the other, right? And so, yeah. Um, so, as I said, what happened around the royal family? Well, it is a lot in the news around Prince Andrew, okay? And again, what am I talking about here? What am I talking about? I'm talking about the top news, guys, and that makes me sane. I'm talking about interconnecting patterns in the top news. This is sound. It is sane. It is great. I talk here, and that is good. Everything is good here. So he brings the memetics of his surrounding to the Pope. So it colors the Vatican on October 22nd, the same day. Okay, this is super obvious. Okay, and I want you to think again. Meanwhile, at the same time, we have October 22nd, Russia performing tests of nuclear weapons. Okay, maybe you could think that, yeah, this is why the Vatican is releasing an article. Yeah, that is valid. It is true. But when it comes to the truth, it is from all directions at the same time, like a fractal. It is showing itself everywhere. It is also the presence of King Charles, KC, and me, right? KC, am talking. I am talking about this. I made two drawings around this subject, and now I can paint you a picture of what's happening here at the top of the world stage, and it is valid because it is a pattern that I'm showing evidence of. So it's valid. And yeah, like you could argue that the Vatican does this because of the fact that Russia made a nuclear test, but they did it on October 22nd. Everything is happening at the same time. Did they even? Yeah, So, and you have to think about the fact that it is So yeah, you also have to think about the fact that how this whole situation has been described, the situation around Prince Andrew, and if you look back in time around that, you will notice this statement about nuclear explosion bad, level bad. Okay, so it is indeed a noteworthy thing that's going on here, and it is something that I can show evidence for. So this is, you could see this as yet another video of geopolitics that I'm doing here. Yeah, and but it's more surrounding October 22nd, and you can also see that this video somehow connects to my previous video with LeBron James, the basketball player, having a beer commercial. No, not beer. Sorry, an alcohol commercial with Hennessy. Yeah, and if we look at that, an old commercial, you'll see that okay, the Hennessy commercial has a father-son pattern here, just like you see King Charles meeting father, Pope, Papa, Casey meeting Papa, like Casey having a connection to the spiritual father, you know, the some sort of connection there to something. Okay, so yeah, um, that everything here makes sense, you know. I'm just telling you that my previous video is also connecting to this one with the fact that the father something, and that I also mentioned October 22nd in that previous video, when it comes to um, what was it, Henny Penny and Hennessy founders founders bottle released on October 22nd, and so on. So there is indeed a connection. Yeah, okay. I think I'm finished now. Just wanted to do like a geopolitical update. This is you know, when it comes to the meeting between King Charles and the Pope, it is absolutely top news because it's the first time in 500 years that this happens. So yeah, like this subject here that I'm talking about, it makes it makes sense. It is sanity, and the fact that I'm able to show you this underlying pattern means that there is a consistency here. There's a consistency. And when it comes to consistency, ignoring consistency is insane. People go insane from striving to not be consistent just because they have a personal view or opinions. And so, yes, that is insane to ignore consistency. And yeah, this is the top news. I'm talking about the top news because I'm able to do that. I'm fortunate. Yes, I'm lucky to be able to talk about the same thing again, something that makes all of this process here that I'm doing on this channel, it is sane because I'm showing you that it connects to the top news. And so it's very important that there's a battle of sanity going on here. And I'm making the case that I'm sane. And I'm making the case that consistency is sanity. And inconsistency is insanity. Okay? You get it? It makes sense. It is logical, reasonable. Okay. See you guys.